Be careful how you use your crystal solvents very early, because if you waste them all now, it's gonna be a huge mistake. One of the reasons to not waste them is because of your Soul 3 phase. If you do it early, you're using it on lower drops, which is not good. So if you save it later down the line, you get greater rewards. It'll be more worthwhile. And one thing for sure is to not waste them on tacit fields. And the reason for that is because these are random echoes with random stats and just random stuff in general. So the value of using the crystal solvents is very determined on your RNG. And another reason to save it, if a character comes out later down the line and you want to build them immediately, using these on bosses to farm all your stuff in a day is very good and very helpful. Lastly, wasting it on some resources that you can buy in game is another mistake. And this actually moves me on to the next mistake. It's wasting wave plates in general on stuff that you can actually buy. Let's go to the souvenir shop. So if we come down here to the souvenir shop, you will see all kinds of stuff that you can buy. You can buy Resonator XP material for your character. You can buy Weapon XP. You can buy Echo XP, and you can buy tuners. You can buy enhancement, weapons, skill material, weapons, just all kinds of stuff in here, especially shell credits. So using your wave plates and crystal solvents early on to farm stuff is not exactly a great idea, because you can just explore the world, grab wood texture shards, and buy all the stuff you need. And this is not the only shop, by the way. So just over here at the weapon guy, if you talk to him, he also has a bunch of weapon and skill material. So instead of wasting all your wave plates, all your crystal solvents on a bunch of resources that you could buy, prioritize getting all of this first. And then you can use your wave plates on more valuable stuff like weekly bosses or just bosses in general. That'll be the most important way to use your wave plate right now. Don't go around farming when you can just buy. Another mistake is not exploring the world. And the reason for that is because if you talk to Mackie or Matchy, whatever her name is, how you pronounce it, I don't know. Sorry if I butchered that. But she has very important stuff in here that you get from just exploring the world. And there's a bunch of areas here, reach 20%, and you get these tokens that will then go into this thing here where you can get rewards. And there are really good rewards. Not only is there Astrite, keep your fangs sharp. There's loot mappers that help you find stuff, helps you find treasure. There's a temporary resonance beacon that you can teleport to. That's very important. Waypoint modules. There's a bunch of super cool stuff in here, and just
keep your fangs sharp.
Keep your fangs sharp. And if you get all these Astri and stuff, all this is just good stuff that you should unlock. It's very important to explore the world. Alright?
Keep your fangs sharp.
Yeah. Make sure you explore. Since I was just talking about exploring, I would like to mention my boy Chen P and his little robot dude. So, the reason why this guy is pretty important is because you can get rewards from using Sonnet's caskets. And guess what? You get these by finding them around the world, collecting them, and they're very important because you get some juicy rewards, and one of those happened to be used for the MC, to build the MC. So, yeah, very important stuff, And then you can get constellations or sequences. You can get poles, more rover material, havoc sequences for the rover. Very important stuff. So be sure to keep an eye out on these cubes, right? They're pretty hard to miss, honestly. They're very bright, glowy cubes. Got that for my rover. Very sweet. Now, this actually moves me on to my next point. So you see these stars that I have around the map? These are actually marks that I put down where I have found these cubes. And the reason why that's important is because if you're using the interactive map to actually go collect these, you can have these marked down so that you already know that you got them. And you're not looking here for no reason. And not only that, not marking specific areas for I guess, echo farms, material farms, stuff like that. It's pretty important to mark your map, right? Make sure to mark down your map so when you're using the interactive map, which, by the way, I will have in the description because very useful tool to find stuff. So yeah, mark your places, right? This is going to be one of the biggest mistakes that I have seen a lot, to be honest. I won't excuse myself because I've done it a little bit. But that is wasting your precious Astrite, which is the premium currency for the gacha, on standard pulls. Now, firstly, Kuro Games have already given us plenty of free pulls and plenty of free ways to get standard 5-star characters. So, not only that, there's just no point when you can use it on limited characters and limited weapons. I don't see the point in wasting your Astrite on standard banners. It's more valuable to use it on limited banners, especially when the game gives you so many standard pulls already. There really is no point. And since we're talking about the gacha, let's talk about the shop. So in the Aftershock Coral tab, right here in Item Exchange, you will see this right here. Afterglow Coral. Pretty important material which you can buy a bunch of stuff. Most of you will probably end up using it on tides and pulls and stuff. First of all, if you do waste it on pulls, don't do lustrous because the limited tides are way better. But I feel like saving it will be worthwhile because if you see here, these are all basically copies of the 5-star characters. And obviously that just makes those characters way better. So hypothetically, if I can save up to 270, I can buy this and get an upgrade for my boy Calcharo, or for my girl Genshin, or for any of the 4 stars too. That's the reason why I'm planning on saving. To be honest, this really isn't a huge mistake if you do decide to buy pulls. This is more of a subjective mistake than anything, so yeah, just throwing that out there. One mistake is foddering echoes. Whenever you level up an echo and you decide to use a already leveled up echo to upgrade the new echo. Now the reason why this can be bad is, say that you have a decent piece on already, right? And you have a similar echo with the similar stats, but you are on that copium that the new one could be better. And then you fodder your already leveled up one into the new one, and guess what? It ends up being worse. No one wants that. No one does. And you just made your character worse. Don't do that at all. That'll not be good for anybody. And another thing you want to be careful of is in this data merge section here. There's a way to merge these and get hypothetically better echoes if you're lucky. Be careful to not put in ones that are already good or already leveled up in here, because then you're just wasting that. Don't fodder your echoes. Be careful how you use them. While we're on the topic of echoes, if you're not farming echoes, you're just throwing. You're just throwing. So if you look here, if you get any better rarity of an echo, that gives you more XP progress towards your data bank. And your data bank is important because at level 15, you'll end up being able to get 5-star drops from the world, right? Just from any echo, you get that chance. And going up to 20 will give you an 80% chance that they will drop as a 5-star. So if you're not farming these echoes or grabbing echoes whenever you can, you're throwing, right? I have so many level 2 ones here that I could possibly go get right now, and they will very likely drop a 4-star version of them, and that will help me gain more progress towards my data bank. So yeah, be sure to farm your echoes. Get those high rarities. I have so many that I could go farm right now. Farm your echoes, because echoes are cool and very useful. Did you know bosses have increased resistances to elements? If we look at our boy Thundering Mephis here, increased resistance to electro damage. So, say hypothetically, you wanted to go farm this guy, but you were kind of dumb and you were using an electro character. Not calling myself out here when I was farming for Calcharo. So if you fight a boss with with a character that that boss is resistant to, you're not gonna have a good time. Yeah, as cool as Calcharo is, he ain't doing shit to this guy. At least as much shit as other characters would. So Switch out a different character. Use them instead.
Fury boils.
You'll have a better time. Lastly, one big mistake you can do, especially early game, is building too many characters at once. As of right now, I have 6 characters that I am building somewhat. And my resources are already spread very, very thin. Character XP, weapon XP. I don't have very much of any of it. And building 6 characters is not a good idea. Stick to your main 3 until you're getting really close to that end game and you're gonna need multiple teams. But early on, you really only need 1 team. So focus on your main guys so you don't spread your resources too thin. Everything costs too much. Let's be honest here. Everything costs too much. And there's still more characters I want to build too. Isn't that crazy? Like Verena, I can't build her right now. There's so much that I need to build and do, but my resources suck right now. Stick to a main set of 3 for now, because if you do too many at one time, not good. Not good. You're going to be a broke bitch. I hope this video helps you out. If you have any other tips or mistakes, be sure to put them down in the comments down below and let others know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. I love Wuthering Waves, by the way. I love this game.